Caitlin Clark didn't even have to drop 40. She didn't need a buzzer beater, just her presence on the court was enough to shift the entire energy in the building. And what happened after the game? That's what really shook things up. Liberty head coach Sandy Brondelot went viral. Not because of her own team's dominant win. Not because of Jonquil Jones or Breanna Stewart, but because of the way she spoke about one person, Caitlin Clark. And standing just a few feet away, watching, listening, Fever's head coach, Stephanie White didn't look happy, not one bit. Envy, maybe, frustration, absolutely. Because Sandy didn't just compliment Caitlin, she celebrated her like the WNBA's second coming. Let's be real, it's not often a rival coach gushes over the opposing team's rookie, especially not in post-game interviews. But Sandy, she sounded like a proud aunt talking about her favorite niece. The tone, the body language, the glowing admiration, it was all way too real. She said, quote, "Caitlin's got something you can't coach. That vision, that range, that fearless leadership. She's changing the way people view this league. And honestly, she's making all of us better because we have to level up to stop her." Now imagine hearing that as Caitlin's own coach, when you've been the one in the trenches every single day. Stephanie White's face said it all. Smile. No nod, just a tight jaw and those telltale narrowed eyes. You know the look when someone's trying not to react but can't help the fire building underneath. She kept it professional, but you could read between the lines. And let's not pretend this is new. This is just the latest chapter in a growing storyline. Everyone's talking about Caitlin Clark, except the people who are supposed to support her the most. The media, obsessed. Opposing coaches, inspired. Fans, sold out every arena, but within her own camp. It's been complicated. Now, here's where it gets even deeper. Because after Sandy's clip started blowing up online, #ProtectCaitlin started trending again. Not because of fouls this time, but because fans are noticing what Caitlin's been dealing with off the ball. She's getting praise from outside the Fever, but inside the locker room, she's still catching flack, shade, or worst of all, silence. And listen, we get it. Stephanie White's under pressure. The Fever started the season shaky, trying to figure out chemistry. But when your rookie is breaking records, leading the team in assists, and literally driving ticket sales for the entire league, the least you could do is clap back when someone else praises her. Instead, White looked like she just got upstaged. At her own wedding, you know who else noticed? Players, journalists. Even former WNBA stars have commented subtly, but clearly. One analyst tweeted, "Sandy said what Steph should have said a month ago." Another added, "Funny how the most love Caitlin gets comes from the other bench." And here's the thing. It's not about playing favorites, it's about giving credit where it's due. Caitlin Clark isn't just another rookie. She's the lightning rod. The headline, the WNBA's golden ticket. And even when she's not scoring 30, she's setting tempo, spacing the floor, making plays that don't show up in the stat sheet. If that doesn't earn you respect from your own coach, what does? Meanwhile, Sandy Brondelot, she's been coaching legends. She knows talent when she sees it. And that's what makes her words so powerful. She wasn't trying to start drama. She was just speaking truth. "She's already a problem," Sandy said, "and she's only going to get better." Boom. That one quote had Twitter going crazy. SportsCenter clipped it. WNBA fans reposted it with captions like "Coach Sandy gets it" and "Stephanie White taking notes." And Caitlin, she responded, in the most Caitlin way possible, with grace. She smiled during her own interview, thanked Sandy, and pivoted back to team goals. No ego, no extra, just cool composure and focus. But let's be real, Caitlin's human. She hears the noise. She's got to be thinking about it. Imagine being the face of the league. The reason your team's even in the national spotlight, and watching the other team's coach praise you more than your own. It's got to sting. But this isn't just about emotions. There's a strategic angle to this too. Because when Liberty players see their coach respecting Caitlin Clark at that level, it impacts the culture. It sets a tone. Compete hard, respect greatness. When Fever players see their coach sitting stone-faced after every big Caitlin moment, that also sets a tone. One that feels cold, transactional, maybe even political. Some fans think Stephanie White's holding back praise on purpose to avoid superstar treatment talk in the locker room. Others think it's personal. That Caitlin's rapid rise has made things uncomfortable inside a system not built to spotlight one player. Either way, Sandy didn't care. She didn't play politics. She didn't try to dim Caitlin's shine. She just told the truth. And ironically, that truth made Stephanie White look like the outsider. Because while Sandy embraced the new era, Stephanie's still figuring out how to manage it. Or maybe, just maybe, how to compete with it. Let's rewind a bit. This isn't the first time Sandy has praised Caitlin. Earlier in the season, after a preseason game, she called Clark dangerous and said she was already seeing the game like a veteran. But this time, this was different. This was admiration, respect, almost awe. And that brings us to the real point. Caitlin Clark is forcing a shift in how people talk about women's basketball. She's not just drawing attention. She's exposing coaching dynamics, media biases, and team chemistry flaws. We've seen stars before, but rarely have we seen someone whose presence triggers this kind of split, public love from rivals, and quiet tension at home. Still, Caitlyn just keeps balling. No drama, no shade, just buckets, assists, and composure. She's lifting the fever. She's challenging the liberty. She's forcing everyone from ESPN to courtside coaches to rethink what greatness looks like in the W. And while Sandy Brondelow's praise lit up the timeline, the real spark was the silence that followed. From Stephanie White. That's what fans noticed. That's what made people say, why does it feel like Clark's biggest fans aren't even in Indiana? So what happens next? We already know Caitlyn's gonna keep evolving. Her court vision, elite, her logo threes, already iconic. And as her chemistry with Aaliyah Boston improves, the fever will only get more dangerous. But for Stephanie White, there's a decision to make. Keep playing it cool, or finally step up and own what the rest of the world already sees. Because at this point, not praising Caitlyn doesn't look humble. It looks bitter. It looks off. And in a league starving for stars and storytelling, Stephanie's silence might be the loudest sound of all. One thing's for sure. The Liberty may have walked away with the W, but in the long run, Caitlyn Clark walked away with something bigger. The respect of a veteran coach, the voice of the fans, and once again, the entire spotlight. And for someone like Stephanie White, that spotlight's starting to feel like a mirror. The question is, what will she do with it? Because Caitlyn Clark's not waiting for approval anymore. She's too busy rewriting the game.